It's Thursday, July 9, and this is your Barbados Today Evening News Update. Be warned, Environment and National Beautification Minister Trevor Prescott today served notice that no one will escape punishment for illegal dumping. He made the comments this morning while visiting the beach at Needham's Point, where two young men were caught in the act of illegal dumping in a viral video. 29-year-old Anthony Brathwaite and 23-year-old Ross Corbin, who dumped coconuts on the beach, were given a stern warning by Prescott. They have been given 5 days to clean up a 2-kilometer stretch of the beach, which runs from Needham's Point to Pierhead in St. Michael. They are, however, still facing prosecution. Minister Prescott issued a stern warning.
While we have struck a compromise with you, to some extent, both of you will serve the state in providing some form of community duty and cleanup here. And I'm not sure if it had gone beyond, if one might not be enjoying special privileges over the other one. So I make sure all two of you and my officers are fully aware of how I think and how my government policy must go. All two must experience the same punishment in the present circumstances. So one is not going to get away and the other one end up in prison. One is not going to serve time for the same act because both of you, in my view, did the same thing. Right? So both of you will pay the same penalty. And we have actually involved in a gentleman's agreement with you for that which is not so gentleman-like. Right? And I want you to apologize to the general public, give them the assurance that you would never do it again. And I want all persons who escaped us before to take this as a warning. We will not be so courteous on the next occasion. Judicial action will be taken.
Both men issued an apology.
I've disrespected the island by what I've done, and this is not a usual behavior, but I was wrongfully assuming that this is where the stuff goes if I pick the limbs from these trees here, and the behavior that I pushed towards the lady, I really do want to apologize to her and the whole of Barbados, the whole world in fact, because Barbados is gets promoting tourist industries and stuff, and I don't want to interfere or damage that career. So
I would just like to apologize for the illegal dumping that happened. It was unacceptable. I would just like to apologize to the public. I'll never do it again.
Minister Prescott again called for the powers of the National Conservation Commission to be strengthened to better deal with the issue of illegal dumping at the island's beaches.
We are asking that the rangers be given greater strength, the power of arrest on the beaches, and I'm even thinking that even the lifeguards should be given greater legal responsibility so that they can act with some local standard on these specific issues.
In other news, Prime Minister Mia Mottley today sought to drum up more support for the government's 12-month Barbados Welcome Stamp. It's an initiative that will allow visitors the opportunity to work remotely here for a year at a time. In a live interview on Sky News, she said it's a value proposition in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, which has dampened the demand for travel.
COVID has presented tremendous challenges to those countries that are tourism dependent and travel dependent. And we've reached a position where we recognize that part of the challenge relates to short-term travel as well. So if we can have a mechanism that allows people who want to be able to take advantage of being in a different part of the world, take advantage of the sun and the sea and the sand, take advantage of a stable society, one that functions well, then Barbados is a perfect place for you to come. And rather than come in for the usual week or 3 weeks or a month, why not plan out your business given the fact that all we've gotten from COVID is uncertainty? So we can give you certainty for the next 12 months that you can come and you can work from here. And in working from here, you will be able to have all of the amenities that you would have if you were just a visitor, but all of the things that you need to do the work so that you can continue to earn.
Mottley says the island is fully prepared to safely welcome visitors to its shores, and she disclosed the government was examining a broader program in light of the island's low population.
We are working on a longer-term program of managed migration. We established a National Population Commission when we became the government 2 years ago, and it has finally reported and has indicated that Barbados has not replaced its population since 1980. And to that extent, we're probably about 80,000 people less if we were just to keep our population constant. So we're going to do it in a managed way. In the UK and in particular Canada, you've found ways to do it in ways that do not compromise the integrity of the society or the integrity of the life and quality of life for your citizens.
In sports, Jason Holder's 6-wicket haul helped the West Indies to restrict England before batsmen took charge to put the visitors in a dominating position on day 2 of the first test. Holder, who at one stage took 3 for 1 in 14 deliveries, was backed up by 4 for 62 from the pacey Shannon Gabriel. Resuming the innings from an overnight score of 35 for 1, England were restricted to 204 runs. Craig Brathwaite and Shea Hope will resume the West Indies' first innings from 57 for 1 on day 3.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, Guyana's President David Granger serves notice that he will fight to the end to ensure the rights of all Guyanese are not trampled on. This follows Wednesday's Caribbean Court of Justice ruling that quashed a report from the Chief Elections Officer, which gave President Granger and the coalition a 1-seat majority to retain power. HGP-TV's Wendell Badgery reports.
Addressing a number of party supporters outside State House, His Excellency David Granger has sounded his voice on the heels of the ruling of the Caribbean Court of Justice on Wednesday. The President stated,
It's the first time this has happened in the history of our country. And it's happened because there's some bad elements out there who try to manipulate the vote by having votes recorded for dead people, people who migrated, more votes in a polling station that they hadn't elected. We know all of the faults. And our party, our partnership and our coalition has been bringing these complaints of abuses and irregularities to the attention of the public and also to the attention of the court. But as of today, 3 o'clock, well, the Caribbean Court of Justice has made a ruling, and we cannot do anything but the ruling, but they have made no coercive orders. That means they have not given any instructions to what GCOM is empowered under the laws of Guyana to do. So we will have to assess the situation that we're in now. The matter will go back to the Election Commission. But as far as we are concerned, we have evidence that there has been massive fraud and irregularities. And we will continue to fight to make sure that your votes are counted.
On the international scene, the World Health Organization warns that COVID-19 is overwhelming Africa's healthcare system. More now from Reuters Television.
With more than 500,000 infections, the number of cases recently doubling in more than a third of countries, and a death toll higher than the world's worst Ebola epidemic, the World Health Organization is warning that the threat of COVID-19 overwhelming Africa's healthcare systems is escalating. Up until now, the continent has largely been spared the worst of the global pandemic, but WHO Africa Director Matshidiso Moeti warned with countries easing lockdown measures, there has been a spike in cases.
So both about the public health interventions to stop the spike in cases after the easing of the lockdowns, it is people who are going to make the difference, and they need to understand. I need to know that it's in my interest and in the interest of my family to take on certain very difficult actions. And I think whatever can be done to inform people, to clarify their misunderstandings, both about the physical distancing and about a vaccine. It is very important that we invest in this.
The United Nations body said 22 countries have seen COVID-19 infections more than double over the past month. and fatalities have now passed 11,308, the death toll in the 2014 to 2016 Ebola outbreak. The continent's worst affected country, South Africa, saw nearly 65,000 new infections over the past week, an increase of 43%. That's propelled South Africa, with more than 215,000 cases, to among the top 15 countries affected globally, overtaking Turkey, Germany and France.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.